You've been to some crazy parties, I'm sure. What's the strangest interaction you've had at a party that is like, what's happening right now?
The holiday season is meant for celebration, family, and indulgence. But for Sean Diddy Combs, spending Christmas in a federal detention center was far from a joyous occasion. Yes, the music mogul is currently behind bars at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn, New York, facing serious charges, including racketeering, sex trafficking, and conspiracy. Diddy's Christmas behind bars has sparked intense debate. How does a man used to luxury handle a prison gift bag? Is it a small gesture of goodwill or a stark reminder of his situation? Let's dive into the mystery of Diddy's Christmas gift in prison. It's nearly impossible to imagine Sean Diddy Combs without the lavish lifestyle he's become so synonymous with over the years. From his private jets, multi-million-dollar mansions, and five-star dining experiences to his exclusive events and partnerships with high-end brands, Diddy has curated a life that exudes opulence and extravagance. However, the reason Diddy is unable to enjoy the usual festive cheer this Christmas is linked to the legal issues surrounding his current detention. While the specifics of his charges are still being processed through the judicial system, he is currently facing serious legal consequences that led to his incarceration. The federal detention center, where he's spending his time, is not designed for leisure or celebration. Instead, it is a place where the focus is on confinement and legal proceedings, making it impossible for him to enjoy the usual holiday comforts.
Your parties are the hottest ticket around.
They won't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life.
But in the federal detention center, where he is awaiting trial, Christmas is about enduring a routine devoid of luxury. There are no private chefs preparing gourmet meals, no extravagant presents to exchange, and no access to the lavish festivities he's used to. The environment is cold, sterile, and lacks any of the comforts that come with his usual holiday traditions. Despite this, there's still a small glimmer of holiday cheer in Diddy's life. In an unexpected gesture, he receives a gift bag from MDC, which provides a brief respite from the otherwise monotonous and grim situation. While the bag might not contain anything luxurious or exciting, it serves as a reminder of the season and offers a small touch of care amidst an otherwise challenging time. The limited and mundane activities he engages in, like reading, writing letters, and possibly talking to loved ones over the phone, are all part of the reality he now faces. These activities serve as his way of coping with the confinement and the long wait ahead. This version offers more context regarding why Diddy is unable to enjoy his usual holiday festivities and highlights the stark contrast between his glamorous lifestyle and his current reality. Sam Mangle, a federal prison consultant, spoke to The Mirror about what goes down during the holidays in prison. According to Mangle, unless there are budgetary issues, the prison staff at MDC will give every inmate a gift bag, which contains a mixture of some popular items, mostly extra snacks and other commissary goods. You might get some hot cocoa, popcorn, cookies, candy, things like that, Mangle explained. Inmates, including Combs, will receive items that could be combined into a fogo, a concoction made by inmates using all sorts of junk food. It's described as a sweet, sugar-heavy pie made from an assortment of treats. Definitely not your typical Christmas feast, but for the people in the joint, it's about making the best of what little they have. This gift bag is far from luxurious, but it brings a certain level of comfort in the form of junk food. And let's face it, for someone like Diddy, who has probably lived on a diet of gourmet meals, it's a humbling reminder of what it means to be stripped down to the basics. For Diddy, who's accustomed to the best chefs cooking his meals, the prison food is hardly a lavish affair. Still, he can expect a meal on Christmas Day, though it may not meet the standards of his usual festive feasts. The menu reportedly includes Cornish hen, mac and cheese, dinner rolls, cranberry sauce, and a holiday dessert. Not exactly what one would call 5-star, but it's what he and the other inmates will be having. It's also been reported that the lunch menu could change at the last minute, and while Diddy may have plenty of time to kill while waiting for his trial, There's no escaping the dullness of the institutional setting. Despite the festive meals, the overall experience will be nothing like the extravagant holiday gatherings he's used to.
Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, Brother Love, the Diddler. People are coming after his pockets, and the judicial system is coming after his freedom. The federal indictment against Diddy was unsealed.
Still, it's clear that despite Diddy's monumental wealth and success, he's now on the receiving end of a very different Christmas experience, one that no amount of fame or fortune could shield him from. While some might be wondering whether Diddy is adjusting to life behind bars, it's important to note the heavy psychological toll that being in prison can take on someone. And for a man who's lived a life of power and wealth, this is an entirely new level of hardship. Federal prison consultant Justin Papari shared his insight into the psychological effects of being a high-profile inmate in the holiday season. "It's incredibly difficult when people go to prison," he explained. "They want to lay low, get off the grid. But when you're so high-profile, like Diddy, every move gets dissected by the media, and the pressure only amplifies during the holidays. It's a time of togetherness and family, but instead, Diddy is likely isolated, feeling a great deal of regret and pain, not only for himself, but for his family, too." Inmates often have limited options to make the holiday season a bit more bearable. While Diddy might be passing the time playing dominoes or participating in 3-on-3 basketball, his daily reality is likely far from the luxurious life he's known. The gifts in his bag, the food on his plate, and the silence of the cell are constant reminders of how different his world is now. Since the news of Diddy's incarceration broke, fans have been reacting in various ways. While some are sympathetic, others have seized the opportunity to criticize the mogul's fall from grace.
Les Trent reports the music mogul who once traveled by private jet to all those mansions is now in a jail that is notorious for its bad living conditions.
One commenter tweeted, "Diddy's Christmas gift bag in jail probably has more luxury than my whole apartment." The sentiment is a mix of humor and disbelief. People are quick to point out that while Diddy might be behind bars, his privilege still makes its way into the conversation. On the other hand, there are more critical voices. Some fans are accusing Diddy of not being as remorseful as he should be, given the serious charges he faces. "How can you talk about Christmas cheer when you're accused of sex trafficking and racketeering?" one Twitter user questioned. Others have pointed to the fact that, while Diddy is still getting some form of treat, the majority of his fellow inmates likely won't be receiving any special gifts at all. The contrast between his celebrity status and the everyday struggles of other prisoners has sparked a heated debate about inequality in the justice system. Despite his grim circumstances, Diddy is not giving up. With his legal team actively defending him against the charges, he continues to maintain his innocence. His attorney issued a statement claiming that the recent allegations against him are full of lies and that they will prove them false.
Chair, you have your bed with a 1.5-inch mattress, no pillow, and you also have a locker. So you basically have 3 feet by 5 feet to move around. So you have a basic 15 square feet. It is a horrible.
The embattled mogul is facing multiple lawsuits, including serious accusations from several men, alleging rape and sexual misconduct. One of the more high-profile cases involves allegations of abuse that stretch back several years, with some claiming that they were drugged and raped by Diddy and his associates. However, the fight is far from over. Diddy is due to face his trial in May of next year, and while he remains locked up, his legal team is working tirelessly to clear his name. Still, the public eye remains a harsh judge, and the case has become a source of constant media attention. As Christmas came and went, Diddy's experience behind bars became a symbol of the fall from grace that many celebrities face when their worlds come crashing down. The festive meals, the junk food gift bags, and the lack of family around him paint a sad picture of a man once at the pinnacle of his success. But as many fans have pointed out, the gift bag and the holiday meal are small comfort for someone who has lost so much. Diddy's world is no longer about luxury and high-profile events. It's about trying to find meaning in a vastly different world.
Sean Diddy Combs spent his first night behind bars inside a facility that is being called hell on earth. The Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn is notorious for its appalling living conditions and rampant violence.
And as Diddy continues to fight the legal battle of his life, one thing is clear. His Christmas behind bars might just be the beginning of a much longer road to redemption, justice, or something else entirely. What do you think? Is this just a wake-up call for the mogul, or is it the start of an even more troubling chapter? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Do you believe Diddy will bounce back from this, or is this the end of his empire? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more hot celebrity gossip, exclusive details, and the latest from Hollywood. You won't want to miss what's next.